Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our game of Dragonlance. We are joining our party on the third floor of the Threshold of the Heavens in the Lost City as they ascend to take out whatever leadership lurks above. We just got done with a particularly involved fight and a speed combat as our players decided to see if they could squeeze one more round of combat in before we left for the week. Having
Mostly
six,
successful.
mostly successful. It probably would have been even faster if our barbarian hadn't been mind controlled. But fresh from licking those wounds, we find our players on that third floor, looking at the stairwell on the north side of the tower that ascends to the floor beyond, and hopefully towards their ultimate goal, which is stopping whatever's going down in the city from happening. And with that, I will pass it over to my players. Take it away.
There, he's dead.
I'm so
Ow.
sorry, Alafi. Oh, no, it
Ow.
overcame me. For a brief moment, I thought maybe the Dragon Queen could fix the economy.
Oh god. What the hell happened?
Spell, I believe. The creature was quite powerful.
How is everyone doing?
Not great, but
I'm sorry.
I
as well,
have
Frixis.
definitely been better.
the frag hit me harder than most enemies have the last 5 to 6 encounters.
I'm sorry, Frixis.
Pull my
Here.
arrows out of this guy.
I believe we could do for a long rest.
In the middle of
Or
enemy territory.
sorry, short rest.
Didn't we just take one of those?
Yeah, your party just took one before ascending up to this floor.
Yeah.
Is there a rule that says we can't?
Yes.
You know, it's been a while since I've refreshed myself, but I'm gonna say probably. Otherwise, people would just do that every time they finish the combat.
That's what we did with Rime of the Frost Maiden.
No, it's not.
Let's see. What is... I think I can sneak a couple more of these out. 1 second.
We should loot the bodies and maybe take one of these to see if our frog friend needs to eat.
Not Yeah. against it.
Well,
No.
before we do that,
Unfortunately,
anyone that needs help, come to me. And I will look toward Laffy and Frixis. I've still got some ones in here, so I'll at least...
I will take care of myself because I have spell slots left that are safe to use.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to hold third and fourth at least. I already burned my 5, but I have plenty of ones, so I'll at least,
I'm fine.
if you change your mind... I think we're still on initiative, DM. I can't change for target. Unless we're still in initiative, and that's a problem.
DM.
well, us being an initiative shouldn't make it so you can't change targets. That seems a little odd.
Yeah, it's control left click, right, to do that.
Yeah, or to.
Oh, you know what it is? It might be because they're both marked as unconscious still.
Oh, that would do it.
Oh yeah, who's got?
Right.
Because I think they did go down and come up, if I remember.
I did definitely go down.
I forget.
There we go. Now I can. Okay. You said you're gonna take
Cool.
care of yourself, the Laffy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you change your mind, let me know. There we go. Level 1 for you.
There you go.
Better than nothing at this moment. Trying to reserve some of my resources, but that should take the edge off a little.
I think I'm going to do this. Use one of my spell slots.
I'm using a spell slot, and until are we not be in combat for more than a minute? Out of combat for more than a minute, Kyle.
No one is rushing your position at the moment, so unless our party rushes into some enemies, it is unlikely you will be in combat within the next minute.
Guessing we might be in combat in the next hour.
If
What do we
you
think?
explore, probably.
Yeah.
So the dragon vessel's really cool. I keep looking at this description. It's good once per day, as far as I understand. So, and whatever's inside it is good for 24 hours. So I'm going to speak the command word over this drinking horn that was empty because I dumped the oil out of it the other day. And I can turn it ascendant and fill it with a supreme potion of healing. That's good for 24 hours. So I'm going to do that. And keep that on hand.
I can't imagine why you would think you would need a supreme potion of healing.
I can think of many reasons. I just don't know which one of those reasons will be the reason in the near future. So we have a supreme potion of healing on my body in this drinking horn. FYI.
There we go.
Everyone.
Everyone's in the green. As I sat there for a minute,
call.
mumbling at myself while healing everyone. Aura of vitality is nice.
Yeah. That's nice.
Thank you, Laughing. That being the case, I will not do the thing. Okay.
I have a few more left, so I should be able to support you with that as we go on. There. Alright, everybody good, I think?
Around. Yeah.
Alright. So we checked out this room and the previous room, so it's just this room?
It's just the top room, right? That we haven't fully looked at.
Correct.
Looting the bodies.
Looting the bodies will unfortunately yield nothing of note. They were wearing simply the Red Dragon army fare that you've come to recognize in its officers, and they held no specific items on them that stick out.
Then I. Is the frog guy with us going up the tower?
No,
Probably not.
He stayed back when you approached the guards at the base of the tower.
Can I fit a whole body through an opening of a backpack?
I think we already fed him one of these.
I don't remember ever seeing one of
The
these.
captain
These
was
are
one
new.
of these.
These guys, the captain was one of them. And you did feed him.
The one that we need to feed him is the one that exploded in the lightning room. On our way back down, we need to, pull some stuff out of the walls.
Oh, you're talking about Orm or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a new type.
So, this room, since you haven't investigated it yet, I will read the description for you again. This room has a large table which fills the center of the room. And beyond it, the north wall holds a door. Atop the table, a three-dimensional illusion depicts a vast rocky expanse in meticulous detail.
Can I tell if this is the area around the, like, that we were around the city, I guess? The giant area I'm forgetting the name of for some reason.
The City of Lost Names?
I was thinking beyond that, the giant map that we were with all the crags that we were
The
exploring.
northern wastes. I actually,
Yeah,
off the top of my
something
head,
like
I
that.
can't recall the name of the city y'all visited. That being said, to interpret any specific details from the map, it would require a survival check.
I will look at the map while guidancing myself.
I'll look
Can
at
I,
it too.
I was
can I
gonna say,
assist in
well,
looking?
should be the one.
I'll assist in looking, maybe like pointing out some detail, since I'm also proficient in survival.
Okay.
I will steal your advantage since I have a +8 unless Walt has a higher one.
Well, don't steal it. I'm offering it willingly.
It just grabs you.
I'm just looking for myself.
Ooh.
Oh, look, you didn't
So
even
a
need
29.
me.
Okay. So, the four of you poring over the table, you recognize quite a few things, and some locations that you've even visited. The map is in incredibly high detail. And as the waves of magical energy ripple through the hologram, you even see that it is being updated live. This allows you to see some unique details. For instance, to the southeast, a considerable distance from the city, you can see masses of soldiers engaged in open combat, as well as flying creatures that are swooping up and over some of the canyon land masses. Now, you can't quite make out the individual soldiers, but it is easy enough to recognize the formations at play. And you can intuit that this is most likely the forces of Kalaman engaging in their retreat with the Red Dragon army that pursues them. Though you can see quite a few details, and you can trust that these are relatively accurate, this does inform you that Soth and his giant necromantic dragon that he flew off on is not present in that space.
Gee, I wonder where he could be.
Unfortunately,
Somewhere.
he's not clearly showing up on the map.
Is there, examining this table, is there any way to issue commands?
It doesn't appear to have any interface that would allow you to interact with the map or the tower itself. This appears to be more just a point of information for people to be able to reflect upon. If there
Slam
are
my fist down
controls,
on
they're
it.
elsewhere.
Frustrated.
This is the command bridge, not the navigation bridge.
Ugh. We're not doing well out there.
Indeed.
Don't worry, our boy's immortal.
He has survived so much.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't show us where Soth is. Are we good here then? Actually, we should probably, since we have a breather for a second here, what are we doing? Because we came here to scout, and now we're halfway up this tower.
We're scouting, aren't we?
We're scouting the whole tower,
Apparently.
and we haven't murdered everyone in the tower.
Yeah, the 4 door guards. Of which we need one of them to feed our friend.
The goal's to kill Sloth, but we don't have enough information to do that. kind of hoping this table was going to do that for us. So, we got to keep looking, see what we have to offer here, and
Is this
destabilize the dragon army as best we can, right?
Does this tower is this tower visible in the map?
You can see the mass that represents the City of Lost Names, but it is represented more as a general "you are here" sort of icon.
Oh, okay.
The in-depth city map was in the room to the southeast. That one had the incredibly high fidelity layout of the city.
Hold on. I need to look at this. Yeah, I go in here, I look at the map.
Yeah, when you look at the map, you see that unlike the live readout of the map to the north, this one is more just a status readout of the state of the city, indicated by some of the structures being awash in golden, comforting light, whilst others are red and flashing a dangerous cadence. And those areas that are flashing red align with parts of the city that you visited, which were destroyed or displaced by, whatever cataclysmic event erupted there when the city fell.
Okay. I was gonna be like, if it was a live readout, I wanted to triple check we're not being converged on right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that map does not have a live readout.
Okay. Well,
Well, wait a minute. Maybe we should break this map.
Be my guest.
It only appears to be visual. I mean, we don't really want to.
That we know.
We
of.
might want to use it later.
so here's the thing. If this tower is really not hosting a host of Red Dragon Army and just has small groups like this, we might be able to take it.
Ideal.
We detach it from the rest of the city.
They are making the repairs to take the city with it.
Hey, taking something from the enemy. That sounds like a good idea to me.
There's a lot of them in the city, but we'll see.
You like traumatized Ed with a flying city once before.
I mean,
Just something to consider. Shall we? He gestures to the door.
only way is up.
Yep. Let's go. Who's first again?
I forget our marching order.
Get the big guy.
Maybe
up there.
Thrag.
Yeah,
Maybe big Thrag goes first.
it's a great idea.
And when we started coming in here, we were playing off that we should be here, but at this point, the people are recognizing as soon as we walk in the door, so.
Yeah, didn't some guy talk to us, say to climb on up and meet him like a challenge or something?
Sounds
Yeah,
like
if
that.
we could make it up to him.
Yeah.
My guess is that was the commander who is also a member of the tower.
Could be either of them. Apparently, there's supposed to be two of them, right?
Did
I
we?
also want to
And
make
they
it
do
known
not
that
like
I
each
am
other.
I also want to make it known that I am the shortest one here.
Great. You'd be great up front, then. We can all see over you.
Yeah, we can all shoot over your head.
That's true. I'll lead the way.
All right.
Did we recognize that disembodied voice from earlier, DM?
No, that was the first time you had heard that.
Okay, so we had not heard that before in any capacity.
Correct.
Gotcha. Unfortunate. Or
All
fortunate,
right.
depending.
So, we're moving up the stairs.
Indeed.
Stack on.
All right. Boop. Boop.
barely made it in time.
Yeah, okay. It's Balatheon and Lohazet are the two commanders that are stationed in this tower.
So I can see in
Well-
first person, and I see. Now I can see, because it just decided not to recenter me. But when I go into first person, I'm just staring at Joseph.
I know, me too. It's just like he's like, hello. Like, get you. It's okay.
You do that to toggle it on, and then you gotta like scroll around the map. 'cause we're bouncing
Yeah, I know.
around.
I'm just laughing at the.
Yeah, it's fun. It's oh hey, how you doing? I'm just my glorious hair in your face.
It's like, hello. I caught you peeping at my locks. It's all right. I don't mind.
You like my hair? I have a very rigorous regimen.
Tell me, please. My hair is so matted.
All right. So, let's put our characters back where we entered the room,
Who this?
and I will relay what you notice when you all step into the space.
Yep, not a fan.
So I
So-
would be last, I think. Where would I be?
Then I would say through the door,
Perfect.
right over there. So, window-like crystal panels dominate the walls of this room, each displaying a different image. 3 show crackling thunderheads, and a 4th depicts the city of Calaman. In the center of the room, stone desks with magical councils surround a raised platform. Doors lead to the north and south. Behind one of these desks stands a rather lanky-looking man in dark, flowing robes who idly manipulates the buttons and levers at the desk. When he sees you enter the room, he looks towards your group. His pale face is only matched by the paleness of his eyes, as he takes a hand and slowly pushes some of the black, lanky hair that hangs over his face. He smiles, and you recognize the voice that addresses you. Well, well, well. It looks like you did manage to get up here. I commend you. That must have been quite the trial.
You said he's
Please.
in black robes?
Yes.
I'm presuming Lohazet?
The very same. And I can even recognize some of you. So, hopefully, our shared allegiances will at least allow us to parley before any arms need to be raised. I would hope that those assembled here are more intelligent than to just smash everything they come across.
I like how I mentioned smashing the fucking app.
Just moments ago. Yeah.
I nudge Drag that and like talking about us.
That's right.
We're the smart ones.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I am the Mage Lohazet, and I have been forced to implement my knowledges here to better my captors. It is actually my hope, seeing you here, that you might be able to free me from these chains. As such, I would be happy to answer any inquiries you may have.
How are they
No.
keeping you?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, in a very simple way. If I try to leave, they'll dispose of me.
And you have no magical means of escape?
None that they can't follow.
Interesting. Find it somewhat hard to believe.
Well,
Roll an insight check.
That is an option.
I was planning to do that as he speaks. Is he speaking the truth? Is he truly trapped, or is he playing us?
Well, feel free to roll those insight checks.
I will refrain from guiding myself so we don't look hostile as I make somatic gestures. Oh, great.
Probably limit
Well,
to a number of people, huh?
it's it's people around me dampening my abilities.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. It's fine. I'm nervous.
Okay. As the other wisdom-based person, I will also roll an insight.
Thank you. That's much better. That's what my roll should have at least been.
Armed with the information that you've gathered, the documents that you've read, and the relative comfort he seems to be in with no guards whatsoever, you can presume rather easily that he's not being kept here against his will.
So, how is it that we could help you, and why would we?
Well, for one, that beast on the floor above just won't listen to reason. It would be better if he were to be removed. He's also a bloody fanatic. And those are rather dangerous in the best of times.
Beast, who are you talking to? What is his name?
Oh, the commander of this installation, Balathian.
He's above us.
Yes, he says he can hear the will of the Dragon Queen herself. Preposterous.
And why do you suggest that we would be interested in doing this for you?
Well, I assume that's why you're here. Are you not here to stop the Red Dragon army?
How about you tell us what the Dragon Army's goal and objective here is? Then we'll talk.
Well, I believe it should be rather clear. I'm trying to resurrect this city, and they
For
are
what?
going to succeed.
For what purpose?
Beyond the advantageous point of having a giant floating city in a world where that technology is long gone? A city where you could house your entire army and just have it wistfully list across the world?
I mean to
City
say...
does seem a little broken at the moment.
I mean to say, what is Soth's business here in the city?
I wouldn't be able to tell you what that monster's business is. He stands very much above and aside the army. Also, he creeps me the fuck out.
He's a jerk.
Yes, whatever he decides to get up to in that temple is entirely his prerogative, and I like to keep it that way. I already have to deal with Balathian. I don't want to add another to that list. In fact, as I have pointed out, I'm rather keen on making that list shorter.
So if we were to take you up on your offer and go dispatch of Balathian for you, would you be assisting us in this?
Well, for one, it's not much of an offer. In fact, I'm just willing to stand aside and let you ascend unmolested. And I will not come to his aid either. It's a win-win.
And how can we trust you to do what you say you are going to do? Or not do, in this case?
Well, I believe my actions so far have shown you that I can be trusted in this regard. I have been aware of your presence in this tower from a very early point, and I have raised no alarm. Blathian has no idea that you're even here. You could have been met in this room with guards and fangs bared and ready for you. But here I stand, alone.
Did he send our skull friends down?
Well, when I spoke to you through them, I thought it was rather clear that those were autonomous.
Okay.
I had no idea you were even in the tower until they came upon you.
I look at the party. Despite my insight roll, I mean, I can only gather that he's not completely telling the truth.
Yeah.
And
Definitely is not being forced to be here.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. I mean, the situation around him makes that very clear. Logically.
what is all this with the images on the walls?
Those are rather brilliant devices. I'm still figuring them out myself, but they appear to be scrying apparatus. They are used primarily to track weather patterns around the city. But, with some clever finagling, and at the direction of my superior, I have been able to make it stare farther afield. Turns his eye towards Calaman. Over a future target, in fact.
Interesting. The technology here is fascinating. Have you gotten to spend much time with it?
Well, not nearly enough. It is my hope that I will have much more time to do so. But unfortunately, the Army's timetable is a lot more accelerated than I would prefer.
Answer me this. Would you be willing to assist us in raising the city?
Well, I would say seeing the city restored is certainly one of my goals. So, sure.
Would you be willing to cooperate with? This is just a pause before I continue on with the sentence. We're what is our group officially called? We're working on behalf of Solemnia, right?
You're working
you
on
mean
behalf of
Kalaman?
Calaman.
Calaman, yes.
Yeah, the city that he has brought up and just said was a future target for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So say, would you wish to work with Calaman?
No.
What if I were to persuade you?
Well, I'm certainly open to the idea of being bribed. I don't really have an interest in tying myself to any one place.
Well,
The settled cities are boring. The world has so many mysteries to be uncovered, and those are where people don't plod around on their daily lives.
I never said you had to be bound here forever. But if you could assist us and the Calaman into raising this fortress to fight on our behalf, I'm sure you would be rewarded handsomely.
Well, I don't think you have anything to fear for that. This fortress isn't going to be raising in any amount of time that's going to help Calaman with its current problem.
Thought
At
you
least
said-
certainly not safely. There's multiple districts that haven't even been shored up correctly.
What about unsafely?
They're starting to sound like Balathian.
Oh, I was just thinking more of, we don't need to go very far. We just need to crash through their main forces.
Let's not go that far.
Well, you said something here. What is Kalaman's current predicament that you were referring to?
Calaman's current predicament is it finds itself well within the eyes of Soth and Caladesi. So, nothing good. At
We
least
heard
not that
about
I've been able to
Caladesi?
gather.
Like, out of character, have we heard about Caladesi in previous?
Oh, I'm
Let's look up.
probably pronouncing her name wrong, if I'm being honest. The Fire Eyes is another name she's been called.
Oh, I think we just learned about her in the previous, like the information that we got from raiding that place. Like she was the main army commander.
Yeah, and she's stationed with the main forces outside Cal.
Yeah. I suppose that's not any new information.
Reminding us that we are thoroughly screwed. Yes.
Does anyone else have any other questions for this guy?
I do.
I honestly, I mean, okay, go ahead. Nope.
What were you gonna say, Josh?
I was gonna say no. I mean, he's clearly screwing with us. I mean, we can try to get more info out of him. You're more than welcome. Like, I won't stop you from asking more, Dustin, for sure. But it's like he's trying to get us to. I mean, I would be amused to hear what he wants us to do, more than anything. But
I feel like he's mostly
It
an
was kill the
opportunist.
guy in the next
Yeah, he's-
thing, which, if we take our information, would make him in charge of the entire army here in
yeah,
in
he
the
would
city,
suddenly
so.
be he would be the de facto like lead
Mhm.
of everything. So I mean, we'd just be doing him a huge favor. But I mean, we're gonna do that anyway. But
I will ask you, this commander, he wants the city raised immediately. Correct?
oh, Kyle's muted a second.
He's muted and he has minimized the stream.
Oh.
Hello.
Alright.
We've returned from technical difficulties. So what was the last thing you heard me say?
It's right before Brolin was to ask his question.
Thrag.
Or Thrag.
Right.
Thrag is to ask his question. So he's Brolin tonight.
Okay, so to answer, do me a solid. Refresh me on what the question was.
If you don't eat this goddamn berry.
He didn't get a chance to ask just yet. We were discussing like.
Yeah,
on the
we were
side, but
discussing.
yeah, Dustin hadn't asked anything just yet. He had one final question, I guess, before we move on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the general. He wants this place flying immediately, as soon as possible.
Yes.
When specifically does he want it?
As I said, immediate. The sooner the better. I couldn't tell you what the exact timetable is. I'm not in charge of those things, but I have advised him that it needs to wait until those other districts are shored up. Otherwise, well, we can't really be certain how much of the city will be torn apart as it tries to ascend.
And you would rather keep this city intact?
I am much more interested in having it stay right where it is, so it can be properly studied.
Hypothetically speaking, I'm assuming that. Listen, I'm a very stupid cat. I walk a little closer. I'm not being hostile. You know that you're the closest thing to an expert of this city, correct?
Yes, I am.
Are there any functions this city would have that would prevent the Dragon Army from sending more troops inside the city?
Not that I'm aware of. Besides the, naturally occurring physical limitations of it being in a crater.
Can you tell me how many forces are here? Located in
No,
this city?
Of course not. Who do you think I am?
I'm not
I don't
sure.
think you can do
Great
it.
question.
That is a great question.
Who do
I
we
don't
think
know.
you
Second in
are?
command
We
of the Dragon Army forces in this area.
Yeah, that was it.
I don't think
How
he
did
can
someone
do it.
who's captured become second in command? Under
Yeah,
the one that you asked us to kill.
I think calling me in command is a gross exaggeration of my role here. I know things, and I'm an advisor. If they need to know how stuff in the city works, I'm probably the best person to ask. I'm certainly the smartest one present. But I'm certainly not in command of any forces. And I'm not privy to anything this army wants to do or could do. At least beyond what has been told to me.
I know we told you about the potential of raising the city prematurely, but
And if we... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, if Calaman were to guarantee you the city would be left to become more intact so it is not destroyed, would you be willing to help then?
Well, we both know you don't have the authority to make any promises like that. I am going to do all of the help that you need, which is simply to let you continue on your way unaccosted. That's going to do more for you than anything else.
Perhaps. But if you betray us, I will take your shoes.
Yes, among other things, I'm sure.
No, just your shoes.
Well, you know what? I'll try and hold you to that.
It'd be annoying. You humans fiddle with your shoes so much.
No, I don't get it.
Right? That one, I point to Lizette. He's wearing those fine leather ones, and Phrixus has boots, and Wald has those sandals.
I'm an elf.
Doesn't make any sense.
Um, the the mage tower is like neutral in this conflict. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
So they're just struggling over it against each other then.
Well, Mage Tower is neutral in most conflicts.
Yeah, it's just unaffiliated with like countries.
Yeah.
I think.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Any political stances on an individual basis.
Diplomatic gray area.
But yes, as I've said, I'm not going to stab you in the back. And it is going to be rather clear, if you proceed beyond, that I didn't do everything I could to stop you. So I will be taking advantage of the time your little engagement with the Lathian will take to extricate myself. At least until things calm down and the city is, safe for study again.
God.
Or you could raise the city.
You really shouldn't do that.
Why should he not do that?
For reasons I've already stated, the city is not strong enough to withstand such an effort. The army is currently trying to fix that, but it is far from that goal being actualized.
What kind
It's
of
impossible
time?
to tell how much of the city will destroy itself if it were to try and raise up today.
Does the city have any other functions?
No. It is merely a city built for leisure and as a source of power, or not a source of power, a symbol of power of an empire long fallen. I feel as if your exploration of this place should have yielded that information already. This is the place where the affluent flaunted their wealthy or worldly gifts. It is not a military installation. It's not a place of study. The only advantage it really offers the dragon army is the ability to house and quickly move a large population.
I want to throw an insight check.
Okay.
'Cause I've been talking to the guy.
It's on brand.
He's definitely telling the truth.
100% trust that boy.
Josh, help me.
I can't guide you here. It'll look hostile, buddy. I'm sorry.
No,
Also-
somebody else roll an insight check.
Oh.
Well, I know he's lying about stuff.
I mean, my intelligence says he's lying. I just couldn't confirm that with a with an insight check. But
I confirmed it by the color of his
Alafi definitely knows he's lying by a very wide margin.
Regardless, I say that you all should proceed with your plans apace. The longer we spend conversing here, the greater the risk of you being discovered before you can spring your surprise.
Phrixus? What do you think?
He has an interesting point. But I do not trust him at all.
Oh, yeah. We definitely shouldn't.
I wouldn't.
You don't have to trust me. Obviously, we have no rapport beyond what we've just established. But it works entirely in your favor for me to be working in your favor. You don't want to have to burn your resources dealing with me. So you might as well avail yourself of the gift of my absence. And it works out for me because I don't want to fight you. I would rather leave.
Well, and what do you plan to do after you return, after we take care of your problem?
Continue to study the city and all of the magic found therein.
And they'll just let you do that unabated.
Well, I would presume after you're done here, there won't be a they. It would be my hope that you do whatever needs to be done, flaunt your heroic banner, defeat the enemy, and then leave the city the ruin it's supposed to be.
I look at Phrixus and I shrug.
Is this the room that would control how to raise the city?
No, the individual who saw into the construction of this place was an incredibly vain one. The ability to control the city rests entirely on the throne above us. And I'm sure you don't need to guess who's sitting on it.
Interesting. Because there was a little hiccup at the beginning on the bottom floor.
Yes, when someone disabled the energy supply.
You should really keep an eye on your guards. They shouldn't be messing with those things.
Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to the bottom of that. My skulls were intercepted.
Well, I guess out of character. Are y'all? What do we?
Well,
Let's go.
I'm. Yeah.
I feel like
We
this
don't
guy
want to make
is
the decision for the group, you know.
I
feel like this guy
understand.
is
It's just
greedy
it's
enough.
such a tough I mean, we're right. We're kind of tapped, and we'll be going into that pretty rough.
My theory is this guy is greedy enough that he's not going to come in behind us and help the guy that he hates above us. So
Yeah, Walt's willing to do what, just take the action the party takes here.
My brain is two ways about this. We know he's a shitter for sure, but at the same time, we've got a long uphill climb.
yeah.
If we,
Well, I think it's just one more flight of stairs, actually.
yeah, figurative long uphill climb, yes. But yeah, we could fight him here. They'll hear it and converge on us, or we go up there and he backstabs us. Either way, we're in the shit.
Yeah, mechanically, it's
There's not really a win for us here.
Yeah, I mean, you could take him out now and pause, but he could probably just make the... I think if we fight him, it's like, we're probably fighting him and the other guy, because he's gonna do something to be like, oh, okay, well, I guess I have to lean into my current masters, so... Goodbye!
He'll just throw us away. Yeah.
So there's that. I think if we fight him here, we fight both of them. Or we could go fight the one guy. This guy gets away, and there could potentially be consequences for that. Or he could ambush us, but again, that's just fighting two guys at once. That's what it would have been anyway.
Yep.
I think we just go fight the big guy and just leave this dude. I mean,
That seems safest to me.
we could ask him if there's a potential for a long rest before we ambush. Like if he could hide us or something, that would be good. Otherwise,
Or cast
we're
a
just
cast a
going
magic
to-
that revive or rejuvenates us all. Yeah.
I mean, if he's got that kind of firepower, I don't know. Well, maybe, but yeah, something to maybe help us to make that happen would be worth asking. Otherwise, we're just going into the fight with what we have. And what are we? We half-mast right now. I'm sitting at most of my spell slots. Is anybody spent?
I'm not completely spent, but it's.
I've got 2s, 4s, and 1s, so I think we're good.
I've got I mean, I'm like you said, half about.
I
half
got 2 smites in me, and I'm at full HP.
Rages? How many?
I've only used 1 or
We could-
2 actually.
I don't
I've
think-
used 2,
I'm
How many
most
do you
worried
get?
about
like 5.
our warlock. How's our boy warlock doing? We
I
took a
mean-
short rest, right? You should be okay mostly.
Oh yeah, I need to reset my. I didn't use Hexblade's Curse in the last one, right?
No.
I don't think I did.
Not in the last one, the one before that.
Yeah. So I need to reset that. I need to set that up to refresh on a short rest.
I mean, it's
If that's
doable.
the case,
We could do it.
I have my 2 spell slots, and
Oh, yeah.
the only thing
That
that's
looks fine.
mostly gone at this point is the magical balance stuff that I have. So
Well, we're not at like we're not at like a tip top, but we're what? It sounds like 75%. I don't know. It sounds fine.
yeah,
We could,
Yeah.
It's worth trying, I think, because unless there's an opportunity for us to rest, which there might not be here, this might be
Mhm.
best case scenario. Yeah, I think I'm willing to trust him and move on. My character, Wald's willing to do what the party wants to do, but he'd probably kill this guy here if given the chance. It would be the smarter move, but like I said, mechanically, I think that's going to result in us having to deal with him and the other guy. Which Wald wouldn't know. He just assumed
yeah.
this guy's an army dude. Like he's already committed crimes against the. Like we need to take him prisoner, but Wald's not gonna go out of his way to endanger the party.
Yeah, I mean, Joseph's with you either way. I mean, I think calculating it, understanding our predicament, right? I would love to just put this guy in the dirt right now because we're just kicking the can down the road. But at the same time, self-preservation says we shouldn't do that. So the safest bet would be to walk up those stairs, try to take his offer, and see what happens.
Yeah, that would be my call.
Yeah, I think that's the camp I'm leaning in. Is, kind of let us do what he's planning, at least to deal with him later.
Are we all the same?
He at least
mind?
doesn't feel like a dragon army devoted.
Potentially. I mean, he
Right.
could be making it all up as a clever ruse.
That's true, but I
potential
mean, the
thing.
city won't be in the air sooner if we let him do his thing. It sounds like.
Because it could be a thing where it's like, I see you've been weakened after killing my enemy. Perfect opportunity for me. to
Oh, absolutely. You
fucking
did.
Right, right.
100%.
Now
There's a
I
coin
get,
flip on
now
that.
I get rid of my number one guy I have to deal with, and the troublemakers that have been in my city in one fell swoop, which could
problem
easily
is-
happen. But
Yeah, I think the
some-
main problem though is that if we kill him, we are doing the same thing to the other guy.
Right. So yeah, I think we just head up there and see what happens, and fight the guy, and maybe just be conservative when there are opportunities to be. Would be good. That would be fine. Like I can try and save a 3rd level dispel magic just for in case he's gonna do shit. Unless we're really coming down to the wire and we need more magic. like last fight I was in, let's say I burned all my slots on Zephyr Strikes to get around, so this guy could summon a giant water thing and fuck us all.
Yep,
So,
yep.
It's not
I
really
mean-
predictable at that point, but yeah, I'm fine just moving to the next.
Depending on his power, too, we could be dealing with a time stop situation, so we don't know.
Okay.
We could already be covered in delayed fireballs.
Right. We just gotta make a decision.
Well, okay. I'm thinking we go up there and fight him. Can you tell us what it's going to be like to fight him?
Unfortunately, I can't be of help there. I've never seen Baratheon in battle, but he has been appointed as the commander of the station here. There are many within the Red Dragon army who are capable fighters and commanders. So for him to be placed above them, there should be some reason.
Does
There's
he
nothing at all.
carry
you
a
can-
weapon?
He thinks for a moment. No, I don't think I've ever seen him carry a weapon.
Oh, great. Maybe he's like you,
Doesn't carry-
Frixus.
Well, he's certainly magically inclined, I can give you that.
Interesting. Is he... What's the room look like up there? You said there's a throne. Is it on the end of the room, in the center of the room?
It's basically in the center of the room. You'll see it soon enough. Besides that, it's pretty much an empty space. And of course, windows for observing the city itself.
Can he fly?
I'm not sure.
Great question. Am I going to be swinging at a pinata for 3 years before?
Is Frixus thinking about throwing him out of a window?
I mean, it was a thought.
When in doubt, you know?
You gonna Sauron the White this motherfucker?
Yeah, dude.
Why not? Gravity
If-
kills everything. Yeah.
Well, if we're going to go up there and do your dirty work, at least raise our chances. Is there something you can do for us to boost our chances before we...
I have already done much for you, if you're considering your chances.
Debatable.
As I said, no alarms have been risen, no additional threats have stood in your way. I am stepping aside. This could not be any easier for you. Literally.
Well, you did mention that we would step up there unscathed, so what is your plan, then? You offered us no resistance, and they will notice.
Yes, which is why I will be leaving. As soon as you go through that door.
Well, see that you do.
That's the plan.
In fact, do it right now. If we're to take this deal.
Sure. You'll do me the courtesy of getting your posse out of the way first.
How far out of the way?
Let's just say far enough out of the way that I don't get hit by 5 attacks of opportunity when I try to go through the damn door.
Damn it, my master plan! Alright, well, we'll give you a wide berth.
Yes,
Like a
how about all of
giant-
you line up at the door you need to go through, and I will go through the door I need to go through.
I mean, I can shoot you from the door or from here. Just go.
No. Maybe next time, Walt.
I'm just saying, no matter where I'm standing.
Right. I agree.
This whole room is less than 60 feet across.
All right, everybody to the north.
I could
Let's
probably
show
shoot him
him.
once he starts leaving the tower.
Maybe I'll see you at the tower one day.
Maybe you will. I'll certainly have many things to share about what I've discovered here.
I
I'll look
probably
forward
will.
to it.
I'm bad at about showing up to the tower.
Well,
We did find Wackenrath, so there is that. And he'll step through the doorway.
Oh, straight through. Okay.
best of luck. And he will also leave.
Act opportunity. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm a Lordcaster, by the way.
I knew it.
I was invisible next to the door the whole time. This was an illusion.
So I guess going through the door, I'm gonna cast Shadow of Moil on myself and start going.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
roll stealth, trying to be quiet.
I will attempt that as well.
I'm not going to bother.
Oh, mine didn't auto do its thing. I thought I made it so it would now. That second one is fine. I'm wearing a magic item that gives me advantage. And I thought I fixed it, but I did not.
This also might help because it's slightly darker around me. Not magically dark, but down a step in brightness. Also, this means that Frixis has a minute. So, we'll be rushing the guy. Not waiting for a monologue on this one.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do it through the door.
All right. I'm putting us all in the room. Actually, if I remember correctly, on the party sheet.
So I just realized something sort of funny.
Nope, that does not work anymore.
Oh,
Just
all of our
looking
old
at-
characters are there.
Yeah.
No, I'm still on there.
On the party sheet.
Yeah, I was just going to drag our formation in there, but it's kind of wild. So,
Can you delete people?
It's also there's only
You can drag yourself onto this.
yeah.
and it would not be how you guys would want to array yourself in this new space anyway. So,
Fair.
let's see. Oh yeah, missing wald.
Oh boy.
All right.
Shouldn't we be in low level combat music?
No, not anymore.
Here we
Okay,
go.
so our party is making their way up the stairs and into the next room.
This time I get to start at Thrag.
Nice.
All right. So, as you're making your way up the stairs, you don't hear anybody coming behind you, which leads you to believe that Lohazet was, in fact, being faithful to his word. You are not being pursued at the rear. And when you open the door and step through onto the next floor, you see that his recollection of the room was fairly accurate. It is a giant open space with beautiful windows that look out over the cityscape that is the ruins of the city of lost names. And space in the center of this room is a raised platform with a very ornate throne placed atop it, adorned in jewels and gold that has stood the test of time and looks just as beautiful and well maintained as the age it was minted. And sitting on that throne is a man in priestly garb, his hands clasping the two gems on the armrests. He smiles as your party makes your way into the space, and he declares in a booming voice, "It seems Lahazat has finally been dealt with." He puts one of his hands down on a crimson jewel upon the throne's arm. "No more need for this incessant human cautiousness. Glory will be mine alone, and it is the Dragon Queen's will that will see me through this
If
day."
you mean dealt with by, like, we dealt with him and he just left, yeah, that's true. And then freaking
Oh, well,
going.
fuck you and fuck him.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, Frixus is on the warpath.
Oh,
going
Frixus,
in.
go!
The jewel on the throne pulses, and beneath you, the floor lurches. Through the windows, the city's towers shudder, and the ruins begin to rise into the air. Frixus, feel free to move yourself back towards where the party is, and everybody give me initiative.
Can we see him /
Yep.
people? Okay, thank you.
God damn it, man. Every time.
Oh my
Oh my god, we're at the bottom again!
What do you mean?
Oh, no. All right, well, let's see what the NPCs roll for their initiative, huh?
Oh no.
Also not terribly well for them. See, look, the party's split nice and even. Sorry, Josh and Frixus. Or Joseph and Frixus.
Damn it.
All right. So, the first to react to combat are Wald.
Alright. So, 5, 10, 15. Actually, where was I here? 5, 10, 15, 20. 25. I'm gonna shoot this fellow here. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'll spend a spell slot, and I'll put a thing on him. Where's my hoopity doopity? There we go. Alrighty, one level 1 spell slot gone for a hunter's mark. Let's get that going on that fellow. I wish I could mark him with something, but I don't have that ability, I don't think. Wait, can I? Drawing layers, view, pointers? Nothing. Alright. We're gonna shoot him. Hoot! Is that it? Deal out. What can I re-roll on? Is it a 3? Let's see here. Let me just look at my abilities real quick. I got
Last time you
Pierce.
read it, I thought it said you can just re-roll, and you have to take the new number.
Yeah, it's any. Yeah, yep. Piercing damage. I can re-roll one of the dice. Yeah. Let's re-roll the 3 into an 8. Yeah, I'll take 5 extra
yeah.
damage.
Oh, damn.
I'll take 5
There we
extra
go.
damage off that. If you could add that for me, I appreciate it.
We'll do.
And then a second attack on this gentleman.
Yes,
Whoa.
buddy, yes!
Alright.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude, yes!
Holy shit.
What an open.
Yeah, I put one into his stomach and the other into the square between his eyes.
All right.
Thunk. And then I'm going to pop down here. How far down is that?
So before you do that, I need to do something with you.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
As he explodes and sends shrapnel flying all about him.
Okay.
It's all right. You got high dex.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, you're probably fine. Did that work?
Cast it on himself.
He cast it on himself. Yeah.
Shouldn't have. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, you pass. You avoid the shrapnel.
Alright. How far down is this here?
Oh, it's 5 feet.
Can I just slip down here and duck?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna be ducking. And that's my turn.
Excellent. That brings us to a Laffy.
I am going to
35.
go with a similar plan, but I'm going to hex the "that's not a human." Though that appears to be an actual dragon for the lance you have, by the way. I'm hexing him, and then I am going to I will shield touch him. I miss, but that's okay, and I am making a similar and I drop down on the other side.
All right. All right, that'll bring us to Thrag.
Okay. I'm How do you have a full image of him, Baratheon?
Yeah.
Could you load it up?
No, I'll share it when it
Yeah,
becomes relevant.
Oh,
When it becomes relevant.
when it becomes relevant. Okay. Should I attack the Boz Draconian or should I attack Baratheon?
Well,
We know they're all spellcasters of some kind, so I don't think there's a bad choice.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna run
Go
up
ahead.
to Baratheon. I'm gonna bonus action rage.
You're centered between two squares.
You also want to stay one away, I think,
Oh, you're right.
because Lance.
Okay, I've activated rage. Wait. Activated rage. Divine Fury, Knight of Solemnia, precise attack. I'm a divine smite him. I'm targeting him.
Chunk him, chunk him.
All right, monster. It's your time is now.
Oh, and I guess I'll have strength be his one for or no, actually wisdom will be his one for hex.
Okay, ignore one of. I don't know why I double clicked.
Well, you're attacked twice, right? So
I mean, that's true. I guess I could, if Kyle's okay with that, but I could.
I mean,
roll.
it's fine. Like, those are just
Okay.
normal hits, are they not?
Well, the first hit is gonna be really big because I'm assuming he is a dragon. Is it safe to assume that he is a dragon?
I don't know. That's just a dude on a throne.
He's wearing an
Based on the
elaborate cosplay.
token.
All right, here we go. He takes all of that damage.
Very nice.
Good.
Yeah, so you run up and spear this totally innocent man standing on the throne, and as you do so, the illusion shatters as the light peels back in shards of broken glass tumbling to the floor, and stepping out of the aura of light within that glass is a blue dragon. He bares his fangs at you, his wings unfurling their span nearly the size of the room, and he grins malevolently. The Dragon Queen will feast well tonight. That sacred spear will not save you.
Did I? Oh god! Oh god!
Oh.
Oh no! Oh my
Oh,
god!
we got a full readout, FYI, buddy.
Huh?
Oh,
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, we just nobody scroll down below his name.
I hate that they do that. Why can't I just share the picture?
That's okay.
okay.
That's much
Is
better,
that
much better.
different?
Yeah,
Okay.
see this picture.
Just
Yeah,
as
yeah.
thank you.
Cool.
He's a big guy.
Oh no, he's just a little dragon.
He is, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm gonna attack him again. They're already pierced. This is just gonna be a lot of damage, actually.
Very nice.
Are we just running up here and murdering a creature that hasn't been seen in centuries?
Yeah.
It's about to eat us. I think that's a good choice.
And it's controlling the army. Come on.
Belongs in a museum.
That will end my turn.
Or a zoo.
Very nice. So that'll bring us to our next Draconian. Mhm. Okay. The Baz Draconian. Oh, does he have a flight speed? Double checking.
Oh, Zach.
God, I have so many windows open. Oh, Lo has that stat black. That's not going to be important. Okay, he does not. So, the other Bozak Draconian, the one still standing, 5, 10, 15, 20, runs up to the side of his commander, reaches out with a hand, and he casts a spell.
I don't like that.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna counterspell it.
Alright,
I
double check
feel
spell
like
level.
that's worth it.
Yeah, depending on what that is.
Okay. Yeah, you reach out and counter the spell.
Well, it's just the Shadow of Moyle I have up for the rest of this fight.
It's okay. Eldritch Blast is a good strategy.
I mean, that's why I was made more for melee than I was for that.
I get the feeling he's about to take off, so we'll see.
That's fair.
How tall are the ceilings in this room?
Pretty tall.
Okay.
This room is. Yeah, it's got a 40-foot ceiling.
Okay.
So what he's going to do is. Yeah, he's going to disengage. And he's going to fly into the air.
How high?
He's going straight up to the ceiling. So he is going to be 20 feet above everybody else.
Okay.
Or, I guess, 30 feet? I don't know. You get the idea. He's up there. And I think that's the rest of the stuff he can do for his turn. Joseph.
All right. I'm going to move. He 30 feet in the air, 20 or 30. It does matter for some spell range. Just making sure.
Yeah. So he flew all the way up to the ceiling. He's got 10 feet of like him space that he needs to occupy. So
Okay.
yeah, he is 30 feet up.
30 feet up. Okay. I'm going to. I'm going to move 30 feet to here, all diagonal, and then one more up movement. Look up at him. Oh, and I'm going to point straight up, and I'm going to cast a spell. Does anything happen? Or are you letting it through?
Nothing happens yet.
Cool. Now we got spellcasters going. I'm going to cast Command at him. And I'm simply going to say the word prostrate.
Are you dropping him from the sky? Because that's kind of amazing.
I'm going to attempt that. I will cast Command on him. Prostrate.
Okay.
And I'm rolling now. Okay.
Oh man, that's a lot.
That's a lot of save. Yeah.
Okay, so he did
Worth a
save.
shot.
It was definitely worth a shot. There's only one I would bow to. Mortal filth.
My goddess would say otherwise. And I end my turn here. I have nothing that reaches him in range, but I'm going to stand in this spot.
Okay. Frixus.
Should I take out the little guy because I can reach him?
Might as well.
Or Eldritch Blast the big guy? Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
We've found out those Buzz Draconians are quite annoying. So you can't lose, like you said.
Alrighty. In the midst of Shadow of Moil, so I should have advantage on these. Why can't I find... There it is. Okay. I'm swinging. Did it do advantage? It did not.
Still hit him though.
Fish for that
Roll for crit.
though.
Yeah.
Crit it. Oh, okay.
Nope. Okay. I will do some damage. Okay, for the Like I have the advantage attack thing in my effects, but okay, I'll do it anyway. Second attack, I'm gonna do Great Weapon Master on this guy. Try it. Alrighty.
That's not looking good for him.
Yeah. Damage roll. Yeah.
Excellent.
So he is close.
A lot of damage.
You know? Oh, I already went 30. Never mind. I was gonna say I could step away from him so that if he pops from somebody else, but okay. That's my turn.
You're in it now.
Alright, I'm gonna move my hunter's mark over to this dragon. And I'm going to shoot this dragon. Alright. One. Got a hit. Damage. Okay, it's pretty good. I'll go again. Got a hit.
Good.
Damage. Very nice.
Ooh, rolling high.
Alright. I have movement that I can do. So I'm going to go for, let's see here. He's in the air.
Yeah.
10,
Yeah.
15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Where was I? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So I'm there. Whereabouts do I want to be? Yeah, okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm very here.
Alright.
Yep, that's my turn.
Alafi.
Alright. I come shooting down and up my steps here, and then I'm gonna yell at him that flying is cheating. Give me a second to modify a spell.
Fuck you, I'm almost dead. All I did was move 30 feet.
That's okay. That's okay.
By the will of the Dragon Queen, fuck you and your entire bloodlines.
Okay, and I cast Guiding Bolt at 4th level on him. I
Yes,
guess?
yes. Love it.
Yeah, that seems right. Guiding Bolt at 4th level.
No.
I missed.
Oh no.
Every guiding bolt never lands, man. Ever.
Yeah.
Guiding us right into the pit of disappointment.
And then I Archer form and shoot him in the face anyways. Oh, it didn't keep his hex on him properly. Plus a
D6.
plus a d6. So 15.
Okay.
See if I can't get him hexed properly. Let's see. There. Now the hex is working. There we go.
Good.
And then I hide again.
Would that be your turn?
That is my turn. It is now Thrag's turn to, I guess, kill a Draconian. Or Draconian. Bozic?
Yes,
Bozak.
I am going to use my bonus action to throw out the dancing longsword.
You're within 30 feet.
I am within 30 feet of him, so I'm going to, that is going to swing at him.
You can use all of your special things on that.
No, we decided last session.
yeah,
we
well,
decided.
No. Yeah, that was a bit silly. Wouldn't that be great though?
That's what the Echo Knight's for.
I did 13 damage. Now I guess the question is, should I just throw javelins at him?
I think we just
You
killed
can
the other
kill
guy.
The guy that's on the floor here.
Yeah, his turn's coming up. I don't know if you want to deny him his turn. Might be smart considering
That's fair.
things we've
That's
seen
true.
him do. It's up to you though. You can choose what you want. We don't need him taking over your mind again. That's all I'm saying.
You know, that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm gonna
Just saying. Just saying.
activate my divine fury.
Oh, this is a different type.
I'm
But yes.
Not
Either
gonna
way.
use. Not gonna use my last smite. I'm just gonna swing an attack. He is not a draconian, right? So he's not a dragon, so he will not
No.
receive the.
He's a
Correct.
draconian dragon.
That's still a hit.
Good. Good.
Ooh.
Whew, okay.
All right.
Now the two of us gotta
So,
get hit by the explosion.
yep. You'll
Hey,
watch
looks like
as
the starts we need.
You'll watch as the dragon before him, his body rapidly melts and decays, leaving only the bones in their wake, which immediately begin to glow with an energy and shatter, sending bone spikes flying around them. There it is.
Seems like
And-
we won't be able to recover much of this.
You both are able to duck and cover and take no damage.
Phew. I'm gonna use my second attack, and I'm gonna chuck a javelin at Balafian.
We should have known he was a dragon. Balafian?
Who names their kid Balafian? A dragon.
Dragon.
But a dragon. My mom gave me the name. It was proud. All right, javelin. It's a miss.
Ah, good effort.
All right.
Don't mind this little orphan kid, Syndragosa.
Hmm.
She's adopted. We don't know their parents. Probably died in a war.
For some
We
reason, I
did-
feel like they might be bound for greatness.
We did name them when there was a ominous voice in our head telling us that was their name.
Right. Okay. Overwhelmed with fury and a need to exact it upon the people in this room, Blavian is going to fly over to Wald. And he is going to make several attacks.
Is
He
have
misses
Does
with-
he have multi-attack?
He does.
All attacks from here on are +4 AC. So 20.
Ooh,
or
okay.
21. He needs to get a 21.
Okay.
If you give him like a -4, it might just cancel out, right?
Well, if it comes
Don't
to
worry,
that.
he's giving himself -4s.
That would not be a hit.
All right. Yeah,
Oh,
all
just
these
made him
attacks
go.
miss as he descends with the fury of the Dragon Queen, trying desperately to rend one of his assailants asunder to no avail. All right, Joseph.
Whew.
There's a big ass dragon right in front of you.
Sure
He is hovering 10 feet, or no, 5 feet above the floor because he's,
Ooh.
Well, he attacked
Having to
Wald,
get-
who is 5 feet down.
yeah, which is why he's there.
So is he?
That puts
He's
him in
within
range.
melee then.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Punk that dragon.
I'm trying to think
Come on, Druid, kill it. Or not, Cleric, kill it.
Oh no, hang on. Oh no. My pewter. Okay, well, let's see. I can click around in Fantasy Grounds, but nowhere else.
Oh no.
Am I still audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, I will try to take my turn before my computer freezes, inevitably. I will... He's within melee. So I think what I'm going to do... I will try to strike him with my mace. It's not
I think it'd be
super
amazing
great.
if you kill him with a non-magical mace.
Yeah, it would be funny, but it's not magical, unfortunately. So I'm going to roll an attack against him, melee.
I don't know if dragons have
Yeah.
damage resistance or not.
That's okay. Swing and a miss.
Yeah.
Clanks off of his hard scales. I do not have multi-attack, but I am just waiting for him to leave my range. And while I wait and end my turn here, I'm going to reboot. I will be right back.
Okay.
I feel like Brixus is about to cut a tail off.
Time for Monster Hunter.
Remember to break all the parts.
Right.
You got a slashing weapon.
Uh,
You should be able to remove
I
tails
guess I'll
easily.
be here. Yeah. I am going to bonus action Hexblade's Curse him. And then... I will Great Weapon Master attack. I am targeting.
That's a hit.
That'll do it.
That crits, Jacob, I think.
No, it's a 15.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
God,
The
God help
19
balance
with
if
the
you.
thing.
God help balance if you can crit on a 15.
That was a fun build in 3.5.
It was. I did that.
Oh, apparently
Fritz
got
is-
the head.
How do you take
I
out
must-
this dragon?
Let's see.
Jeez, I would have killed him before he even moved if I would have had my if I wouldn't have missed.
If you give me some liberties, he'll run up, step off the back of the raised platform, and kind of jump at him with the greatsword and like stab it into him and kind of drag down.
Oh, totally. You like slam into his back and then just send him careening to the floor. The heavy body of this dragon, boom, slamming into the stonework right above Wald as he shouts in the Dragon Queen's name, "You will never survive her!" And he dies.
I feel like this is supposed to be a more drawn out fight.
Yeah, we kinda like we made up for the bad rolls from last time. We had more trouble with the fucking little dudes than you did with this.
We also
That's how
have
it goes, though.
we also have a lance specifically meant to kill dragons.
That's true.
Yeah, you did at least half of his health in one round.
Yeah, in one hit, yeah.
Yep.
You think that Dragonlance can do anything to me? says Balatheon, trying to maintain his composure.
You think that stupid hack weapon is gonna help you? Oh god, I did!
Ah!
Well, I will go ahead and heal myself off his essence.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I feel like I'll wait for Josh to get back before we continue.
Too
Also,
bad you can't spectre him.
Fair.
Jacob.
Yeah.
I forgot something. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but when you Hexblade's curse something, the bonus damage of Hexblade's curse is to each damage roll.
Mhm.
So if you, let's say, were to hit something with Eldritch Smite, that would get a plus of the that would get its own separate plus of Hexblade's curse's damage. And if you were to do another smite on top of that, that would get its own Hexblade's
jeez.
curse damage.
So he had about as many hit points left as a mace strike would have been.
Also,
Josh.
also,
Oh,
Jacob,
he's dead. Oh man.
that
Okay.
Hexblade's curse damage isn't based on a weapon. You could I didn't realize, I was reading it the other day because I was interested in it, and you could, let's say, Hexblades curse someone and cast magic missile, and every instance of damage would have
Mhm.
have that plus to it.
It's okay. Joseph is here to support. He is not destined to kill much of anything.
You're gonna kill the Dragon Queen. I'm just calling it.
No,
You're gonna have the
I
final
doubt
blow.
it.
I'm pretty sure that we don't kill the Dragon Queen. There are books about that.
Well, this is a book.
Well, we are taking place. Our adventure is happening at the same time as the first few books of Dragonlance. We are not the main adventurers party.
Well, he did just murmur, "You will never survive her," so you know. There's always a chance. You know, I'm actually kind of surprised. He looks undead, so I was like,
Pretty sure that's just the standard blue dragon portrait.
well, he's dead.
Good job, team.
Oh, we did it. We
Nicely
killed a
done,
dragon.
You have Josh back?
I'm trying to get into Fantasy Grounds now. It's giving me an error. 1 second. I think I tried to jump in before my network card initialized, and it's trying to connect via IPv6, and that's not what I want.
Oh,
We should. I know this sounds a little morbid, but we should take a memento, proof of our deed of slaying a dragon.
Well,
It'd be a-
let's
great-
let's keep it on pause until Josh is back.
Oh,
So the real question is, will this size of blue dragon fit fully inside of a bag of holding?
not with all the money we took from payroll.
Oh, good point.
Dude, you're right. We're so rich. Oh, God.
how much? It can't be that much. How much?
He said multiple days worth of counting. So
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we haven't counted it all yet.
Spinning. I'm almost there. Promise. Sorry.
No worries, man.
It's a night of tech issues. I think since I upgraded my graphics driver, things have been a little strange.
I feel that.
After a certain number of hours, my system will eventually grind to a halt. Things will slowly begin to freeze one by one, and then I'll lose all control, and then I have to force it by the button, which is very
Ew.
weird. Yeah. Memory leak somewhere, and I'm not sure where it is.
What GPU do you have?
It's a 6800 XT, so it's not super old.
What operating system?
Windows 11.
Man,
I'd be full Linux if I wasn't such a coward about it.
Windows 11's not bad.
Install Gen 2.
Yeah, 11's not terrible. I have mostly wrangled it. Okay, there we go. All right, I see the corpse of a dragon in front of me.
Excellent.
Who did it?
Dragon Hunter did.
Frixis did it.
Mm-hmm.
Frixis? No way. What did you do it with?
I ran up, jumped off the platform, and reverse greatsworded into it, and then fell down.
Bro, that's epic.
So Joseph is covered in blood.
Oh, I think maybe he put his shield up, but it didn't matter, right?
Joseph, oh, your hair. Oh, no.
No. Right, I'll fix that later. Nice.
Why
nicely
is the
done.
music starting back up?
Because we're back.
Then you'd see the manifestation of his soul get eaten a little bit by my sword.
So, as Balafian's soul is being consumed by Frixis' sword, you feel a quake through the floor at your feet. You can see out the windows that the city still continued to rise. But to your alarm, you see that for whatever reason, different districts of the city were raising at different rates. Around you, the city of Lost Names is tearing itself apart. As the tower rumbles once again, a giant stress fracture nearly cuts the room in half. You are inside a crumbling ruin.
Oh, the wizard lied. No surprise.
Well, Balatheon kind of started the process. I was gonna suggest we do this anyway.
Gotcha.
How many of us are there? Okay. We all 3, 2, 1 jump off the side, and I have Featherfall.
Oh.
Is there
Okay.
ways out of this
Can-
room?
Can
The
can
windows,
I
the windows. We need to smash the windows right now.
can I just hit the red gem on the throne?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
totally
we could
can.
also try to do that. Yeah.
I push the button.
Yeah, you run up to the throne. The red gem in the armrest glows, pulsing with that eerily similar cadence from the illusion downstairs that showed damaged cityscapes. When you touch the gem, it doesn't react to you. You can tell it's a magical item, but you would need to attune to it. Or at least intuit how it actually functions. It doesn't seem to respond to just slapping it with a hand.
I'll have to help.
On the dragon?
Yeah, looting Balafian himself. You see that tied around his neck is a bag. It is adorned in the same runes that the bag Frixis holds has. It is a bag of holding.
Oh,
Okay.
You have to think of what you're trying to grab, so key? Or attuned thing? I don't
a
know.
vial of blood or something.
Yeah, I just grab the whole bag and run up to the throne.
You could turn it
Oh.
inside out as well.
Apologies, it's not a bag of holding. It's just a giant bag.
Oh,
I read that incorrectly. Yeah, opening it up, you can see it's filled with loot.
is there anything in there? Try to
Lots
keep
of
my footing.
gold and jewels and gems, but nothing sticks out in the panic moment.
Is
Well,
there anything that he was wearing as a priest that I can see?
Now, when his illusion shattered, it was just dragon.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything special. I gesture for Frixis to hold open the other bag and help dump.
Yep. I will do
We'll
that.
sort this later.
Indeed.
All right. As you do that, Thrag, through one of the crystalline windows, you see a magnificent tower crack in half and tumble off of its island. The smoke plume it creates when it lands in the city below shoots upward. Outside, you can see dragons flying in panic, their riders unable to control their mounts. It is pure chaos outside of this tower.
Okay, what do I have to roll to figure this out?
An Arcana check.
Oh no.
What's the head god's name again?
Well,
It is a pantheon. So there's
the
many.
head god of the evil gods is Takesis, but
No,
I don't think Takesis made this.
Who's the head of the pantheon? The good guy of the pantheon.
You know, I mean, Kiri Jolith is the one that you worship. and
Kiri
then
Jolith, please.
All right, give me that Arcana check. Divine Providence, let's go. Nope, not at all. You got no idea.
I keep pushing the. I keep.
Yeah,
keep.
you
pushing.
push that button and you see an ephemeral divine hand reach over your shoulder and put its cloven fingers over yours. You feel the blessing of your god, and then you hear him whisper, "I have no idea how this works." This shit's fucked.
Frixus, help! Oh,
Taking
wait!
a look at it real quick.
You might have to sit on the throne.
Are there windows?
Yes,
Yeah.
the entire ceiling structure of this room is 4 crystalline windows that look out over the city, which is now a crumbling cityscape.
How far up is the
I
ceiling?
wish I knew Shatter.
How far? What?
How far up is the ceiling?
It's 40 feet up.
40 feet? Alright, let me check something. Go ahead and do other stuff while I figure this out.
Okay.
No. Here's a plan. We rope trick.
I don't have that today anymore.
Yeah.
I have a free use of Featherfall every day. That's what I have left.
Of rope trip.
I used that already.
Oh, okay.
And I have used both of my spell slots, so I'm
'Cause it's
pretty
the same
tapped
day.
out other than Featherfall.
Yeah, it's
Because
the same
my
day
goal was
that
just
we.
rope trick and wait for everything to settle, and then we feather fall down.
Right.
Oh dear.
Frixus, as you're ascending that stairwell to approach, sorry, that staircase to approach the throne, a chunk of rock descends from the ceiling where it has been rent by the structure moving, and it slams into the ground next to you, sending shrapnel flying in all directions. The stability of the tower itself is growing more and more in question with each passing second.
Time to go, friends. Stop playing with the button.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to a window then,
They're in the ceiling.
and... What? They're in the ceiling? I thought they were in the sides.
Imagine just like it is the top of a lighthouse. Like
Oh,
it's,
okay.
it's
So
a
the whole ceiling and walls are glass.
pretty much. Yeah.
Oh,
got
the
it.
walls. Okay, great.
Time to break some glass.
Yep.
You had been moving to do that before. I would be... We all have to jump pretty much at the same time to be falling at the same time so that I can cast Featherfall on everybody.
Yeah.
So... That.
Alright, come on,
um,
crew. Get over here.
I will be
Everyone start
preparing
hitting
for
the
everyone
glass.
to jump. Yep.
With whatever they have that is best at breaking glass.
I smash
A hammer? I have a hammer. I just pull out my hammer.
I grab the dancing longsword. By the way,
What is These things are targetable, right, DM?
Yeah.
I
Actually, I have a crowbar. I'll just use my crowbar. Can I
I'm
borrow
going to cast a level 4 guiding bolt at the glass in front of us.
Oh, I don't know that that's... I mean, I guess if you want to.
If I do it at level 4, it might cross the threshold. Let's
Glass might not have a hardness.
Yeah, it might not, but I'm going all out here. Let's see. That is not it. I need to click here. I gotta modify every spell when I want to upcast it. Alright, this is going to be... a level 4. And it is a +7 to hit. I don't know if that's going to calculate properly, but we will do it. I'm going to aim up and cast it, Guiding Bolt. So add +3 to that.
That hits.
15, okay. I'm going to roll my dice.
$25.
25 radiant damage.
All right. You watch as that guiding bolt of radiant light slams into the crystalline window, and you see a spindling fracture ripple throughout its surface, and you hear the tantalizing sound of creaking and cracking glass. It still holds.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
Does that mean somebody has advantage next?
Yes, it's shimmering glass now. That's true, it's shimmering glass.
All right, since Josh was the first to act, I'd say we're just going to roll with the initiative as it stands on the board.
All right.
So, Frixis, you will be next. If there's anything you'd like to do.
Let's see. If we're running in like initiative order, that's gonna be awkward because we have to like.
Well, we'll just jump on. It's all the same 6 seconds, so we'll just jump together as like a.
Okay.
We're holding action until you jump.
Okay, that'll work.
Yep.
Then I should be able to attack the window this turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or yeah, because Featherfall is also a reaction, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So okay. So I will take 2 hits at the window then.
First one's at advantage.
That's true. So it's
The same roll.
13.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Literally
That
the
hits.
size of a barn.
Oh, good. Okay.
11 damage.
All right. Yeah. You hit the glass, you see the fracture deepen, and it still holds.
Second attack, I guess I'll Great Weapon Master it. Didn't think about that before. Oh, wow. Never mind.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Then, does it hit?
So you go to hit it again, but the tower lurches unexpectedly, and it causes your blow to glance across the glass rather than hit it straight on.
All right.
The tower continues to lean to the side. You are now standing on a floor that is lilting 10 degrees.
Oh, 10 degrees. Holy shit.
Which way is it lilting 10 degrees?
Towards the window.
Okay, good.
All right, Wald, it's your turn.
All right, I take out my crowbar, and I take the curved part of it, and I just shove that right up to the edge of the glass, and then I start to pull.
All right, this glass is pretty resilient, so it is also too big to be able to pry it out of its holding. So I would say you can do damage with your crowbar if you like, as if you were attacking with a melee weapon.
Okay, works for me. I'll just attack with a sword, and we'll assume it's my
Crowbar. It sounds perfect. We'll treat it as a blunt weapon. Okay. So you take the crowbar and you slam it into the window. The glass is mostly cracks at this point. Laffy.
I'm gonna be dramatic about it, and I am just rearing up, and I'm just gonna kick it.
Casting shatter through your hooves.
Oh no, I don't have shatter, but I
Oh
have
no, you don't have
hooves.
shatter.
I had shatter at one point.
Oh no!
Oh my god, we're gonna die here.
Okay, and then I, because I still am in archer form, I just shoot the wall again.
That hits.
Okay.
Technically, you're still targeting Blathion, so you're just
He
like shooting
shoots an
his
arrow
crossbow.
into Blathion for good measure.
Oh. I just killed. I hit him. It's only 7, though. Or. Oh no, -2, so it'd be the 12. I forgot to turn off my hex.
Okay. So, with that, as your archer form fires its magic into the glass, it finally shatters with the combined effort of our group, and the wind gusting back into this space buffets everyone looking out the window. You now have an open escape route from the tower to the island below.
Oh, I can't say I've ever done this before.
Yep, it is a...
Oh, and as part of my turn, I run up, grab a bone from the explosion of guys, and run back. And then. Not
Okay.
from the dragon, but like from one of the guys that we were killing, because we
Yeah.
hadn't fed him any of those yet.
All right, so our party is looking at a 160-foot drop down to the surface of the floating island below.
Oh. Are we gonna have to
160.
jump again to get off of the floating island?
How long does Featherfall last? Is it until you hit? Like the
Yeah,
ground?
so it's 600 feet. Total. It lasts 1 minute.
Jump far.
If the creature lands before the spell ends, it takes no falling damage and can land on its feet, and the spell ends for that creature. So yeah.
All right, so unfortunately, the island that this thing is on is larger than you're going to be able to clear with a normal jump.
Oh boy.
Because I'm assuming it's going to... Because the way the spell will work is it'll just freeze your downward momentum, so you'll make it like 10, 15 feet out, and then you're just going straight down. At least mechanically, I think that's how it's written. I don't think it like preserves your momentum like it would in a video game where you can just kind of angle it for
like
forever.
The D&D rules are like you fall 1,000 feet instantly or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's weird.
crazy.
Alafi, do you have an Arcana roll?
I could.
Could you try to push the button?
I don't think the button's gonna work. Your god kind of told you the button's not gonna work.
Yeah, but Threg is dumb and he rolled a 4, so you know.
And then your god intervened.
Well, to be fair, that was just flavoring because he was praying to his god.
That's true.
I just thought it'd be goofy.
So I guess is the islands coming up too?
So what is happening around you is the tower is sat on its floating island, which is floating above the rest of the city, which has now also begun to float, but at different rates. Different districts are at different heights, and these masses are colliding with one another because it's just an entirely unstable thing. So essentially, you're looking at a 160-foot drop to the island, which is currently floating 30 feet above the nearest ground level.
So we could potentially drop now and then take a little bit on our way
Take a
off
little
the
bit.
island.
What do you mean?
We're gonna have to make 2 jumps.
We're
I
gonna
have
hurt
1
either way.
feather fall.
Yeah.
Okay, but that like we could be landing in a chunk of island that's a mile, like half a mile long.
You're going to be landing on the island this tower is built into.
Yes.
Oh, that one wasn't super far. Right? Like the central thing that we had to climb up onto?
Yes, the second drop
Yeah.
to the next surface after you would make this drop is 30 feet.
Didn't I drop it more?
Yeah, but it would like restored itself.
Got it.
All right,
Whose turn is it?
off we go.
We're out of turn order now for the most part.
So everyone jump.
3, 2, 1, jump, and all feather falls.
All right,
Yeah.
3, 2,
Okay,
1.
Jump on myself.
Excellent.
And I'm gonna back up.
Okay.
Off we go.
All right. So the party jumps. Wald, it sounds like you might be doing something else. What are you
I'm
up
on
to?
a long jump 30 feet out the edge.
All right. And Frixus, you'll still be able to catch him with the feather fall.
As
So-
long as we're all falling at the same time, then yeah, I'll do that.
You can cast it on us before we even jump, can you not?
No, it has to be following creatures.
It has to be
Yeah.
falling creatures.
But we can
Yeah.
all jump when you jump. So it'll be
Alright.
fine. Because then
Right.
all of us will be following as you jump.
That works.
All right. So our party jumps from the tower just as one of the decorative struts finally gives out. I would like you to imagine as your party is tumbling out of this falling structure, the strut is racing them to the ground in the background.
Oh my
And
god.
as it collapses onto the floor, so too does our party land on the island. Wald was able to get a farther distance ahead, so he's going to be able to take advantage of Featherfall and land entirely on the floor of the city, below the island. The rest of you are still on the island itself and will need to make another 30-foot jump to get down to the floor. Now, as you are settling on this new plane, you see two of the floating islands about 150 feet away. One of them has started to list to the side, unable to control its elevation due to its damaged nature, and it collides with a nearby island, sending shrapnel and falling rubble careening into the cityscape below. You can hear people shouting, screaming, dying, and being buried alive as the city collapses around you.
Oh.
As the tower collapses around us.
The city. The tower still stands on the islands that you are currently, well, they are currently occupying.
So the city I've landed on is collapsing?
Yes, so essentially what has happened is Balatheon told the city to get the fuck up. However, because of what was alluded to by Lahazet, the city was not ready for such a thing. So what has happened is the entire city has tried to raise up at the command of the tower, but it couldn't do so universally. So different districts, different entire swaths of the city are raising up at different rates, which is causing chaos because they weren't built to do that. So the ground is shattering, islands are separating themselves from one another. There's literal floating land masses colliding with one another throughout the entire city.
Oh, my bad.
And you are
So
in the
we're
middle of that.
Still on a floating thing.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you are still
So-
on that central island which was floating originally.
I misunderstood again. So, yikes.
That's totally my bad then. But yes, you are on the control island, the threshold of the heavens that you had originally jumped up to.
Yeah.
And 30 feet below you is, after another jump, this is where Wald is the ground floor of the city of Lost Names itself.
So I'm in a pretty dangerous position.
But so are we.
You are in a dangerous position, but everyone is in a dangerous position. Essentially, what is happening now is the city is destroying itself. You need to escape the city grounds in its entirety.
Oh.
So, what you need to do at this point as a party is decide how you're going to escape. Because you can
pull up
choose
the city.
you can choose to run out the main gate to the south, or you can go up to the city Lost Names, or perhaps a different means of travel could present itself as you are trying to get to one of these two locations. But those are your best options. Now, furthermore, as our party lands and the city continues to crumble around them, you witness something else altogether distressing.
Oh, great.
You find yourself amid disaster as ragged stone islands and crumbling buildings rise into the sky. Chaos confounds the dragon army troops throughout the city. Dragonels dodge stones raining from the skies, while winged draconians race to escape cracking streets. To the south, violet flame lights the sky. At its center, a solid island rises, its stone foundations riddled with monstrous bones. The island bears an ominous temple, windows alight with otherworldly violet flame. As you watch, the undead dragon ridden by Lord Soth returns, and the two circle. Sorry, the undead dragon ridden by Lord Soth returns, and the two circle this blazing, flying citadel. The temple is that of the Bastion of Takesis, and it begins to levitate up, out, and away from the crumbling ruins of the city, abandoning it to its fate.
Well, now we know where he is. What are we doing?
Time to go. I don't know any direction away. Where is Walt?
It's gone, I guess.
You saw him
That
fall alongside the rest of you, but he cleared the edge of the island, so you can see where he landed below.
I look over the edge, and how is he doing? Is he okay?
For now.
Yeah, like the feather fall would have let him land okay at least.
I'm thinking of the folding city around him.
I see.
Well,
Where
we
are
are
we
presently on a
going?
meteor approaching him.
Which
south.
direction are we going? We need to pick a spot and all go.
We can either go back to the cave we originally entered the city from, or out the bottom.
Small cave collapsing. I don't like that idea.
Okay, then out the bottom of the city is probably the best option. Like,
Okay, so we
south.
run south. Everyone runs south.
But towards where the rest of the army was?
Well, it's better than dying in a cave.
Yeah.
I mean, our army was there too, right? So
Yeah.
You saw on the
they're
map?
southeast, right?
That was happening a considerable distance from the city, so it is not near the city grounds at all at this
okay,
point.
so we would have a breather if we made it out of there, at least. Maybe.
And with the state of the city as it is now, it's pretty safe to assume you are not going to run across any organized resistance
Yeah.
in any shape or form.
All right, I look down and shout at Wald, and I point to the south, toward the southern gate, and I say, "Go, go, go!"
Quick,
Yep.
and he runs out.
All right.
And I take off past the party. I'm not waiting.
Yeah. Let's go. Start running
Okay.
south. Try to find something along the way. If we can, I guess keeping an eye out for like Dragonel that might not have riders. Although they would probably try to eat us first. Who knows? Either that or like, I don't know if there are glider things or anything, but whatever we can find. I am out of spells, so.
I have spells, but nothing useful in this situation. At least not useful for anyone but me.
I have one that's useful, and that's it. And it is Death Ward.
Cast it on yourself. We all jump off the side. You get back up and revive us.
That's the plan.
Oh my God.
Just in cases, you know.
Alright, so we're just heading south, generally?
Yep, we're running to the south
Yep.
edge of this center platform to see what we can see.
All right.
Hopefully meeting up with Wald at the bottom.
Okay. Our party runs to the edge of the threshold of the heavens. You can see the city arrayed before you, such as it is. As you might have suspected, any soldiers that were present on these grounds have long abandoned their posts. Now, there are still floating rubble levitating in the space between where you stand and the floor by where Wald is. It will take athletics checks to be able to jump, or acrobatics, to be able to jump from island to island until you can get down to the ground level.
Oh dear. Hang on.
I jump, and that's sending them next to Walt.
It is 30 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the least of my worries.
Athletics check or acrobatics, you said?
Yep. Frixis, you are able to descend one island. There are two left.
Okay.
Damn it.
So we gotta do this multiple times. Okay.
Well, you reduced your damage.
Perfect. You're able to jump to the second,
Oh, wow.
and you make it to the ground. So, Joseph, you were talking about swan diving. Was that your plan?
Not if I can help it, but I will be casting. I will use my last 4th level slot to cast Death Ward on myself. It lasts 8 hours, and I can only be reduced to 1 HP for the first instance of potential death.
Okay.
So yeah, he'll clutch his fist to his chest, and he will sheen with an invisible armor. And I will try to jump these islands. So I'll make, 3 athletics?
Or acrobatics.
Either way, it sucks for me, but acrobatics is only slightly better. First one.
Hmm.
Don't worry,
All
I'll
right.
revive you.
Well, it's a great thing that you put that ward on.
Oh no.
So, unfortunately, you make your jump, and just double checking. Excuse me. Okay. So, you make your jump, but one of the levitating rocks listing through this space intercepts your path. You're able to cling to it, but you don't actually make any progress.
Ugh.
You still can make your jump, though. You just have to do it from this new rock.
Okay, I will try again. Acrobatics again.
I encourage from the ground and say, "Stop jumping into other rocks. Down."
Oh my god. I'm trying to keep meeting my feet.
All right, Josh, you make another jump. However, a similar thing happens. You land where you intended to go, but the island decides to ascend, leaving you roughly where you were before.
Gonna go again. He's just gonna run as the stuff meets his feet. He's gonna keep going.
On a positive note, you're very average.
Drag, you're going to be needing to make these checks too, brother. All right. So,
This could
got
take a
great
while.
news. You haven't fallen yet. I've got bad news. You haven't gone anywhere.
Oh my god. Alright,
This is really funny.
I'm gonna keep
Might
going.
have to use
He's just
swan dive.
I'm running on a
Just
treadmill
running
of
in
rocks.
circles.
Yeah.
To cast a spell magic on the rock.
No, that's worse.
All right, excellent. We have progress. Josh, you've made it to the floor.
It's only 30 feet. It's like 3d6, right?
Yeah, it's
2d6 per 10 feet, right?
Is it 2d6 per 10 feet?
yeah, it's a lot. It's not a small amount.
I think.
Oh.
Double check though.
That's okay.
All
I am.
damage.
It's 1d6 per 5 feet, so yeah, 2d6 per 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
I'm
couldn't
still.
remember with
I'm
ball.
still up. That's okay. It was a lot.
Can I use my athletics?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's at athletics or acrobatics.
Ignore
Ignore which one?
Your rage is still on. You just have to turn it off. The first one is the high one, so
Wait, maybe I should rage.
I think you're out of.
Save it.
Save it.
No, I have a
Hold
lot
it,
of
hold it.
I have a lot of rage.
You'd have to use one for each jump because you're not attacking something that you can.
I'm saying save it for the really big jump where you'll need the half damage.
Yeah.
All right.
That is the funniest way for barbarians to get down from something.
Good plan.
They get half damage for bludgeoning damage, and falling is bludgeoning damage.
Let me turn off rage. Do you want me to just re-roll that?
Yeah, just give me a reroll.
Got this. Good high athletics. You're fine.
Yeah.
Do we all have emergency good berries?
Alright.
We should have a few, but I'm also up and I have spells.
You are able to descend 10 feet. Give me 2.
Yeah. Another
there we
one.
go.
Everybody put their emergency good berry in their mouth before they jump. Don't shoot.
So your teeth crush it.
You make it another 10 feet.
One more. Or 2 more.
There's 5 of us, so I tend to use 4.
All right.
At least 4 spells each night if I have that many left.
You are able to make it to the ground, and the party has reformed. Though I do think Wald said he was just running for it.
Yeah.
Were you waiting, Wald?
No.
Okay.
I don't think
I
anyone,
was. I was
don't think-
encouraging them.
I don't think anyone should be waiting. But
I would agree with Wald's theory there. So Wald has been running for the past like 2 minutes, I think, as people have been making their way down. So Wald is out of the theater of the mind for this group. Now, Wald, you've been running for 2 minutes. You've made it through street after street after street. You have, at points in time, had to defend yourself against Dragon Army soldiers which have seen you and tried to accost you. But they don't offer up a significant enough resistance to start combat. What ends up happening is you either overwhelm them or the crumbling ruins around them take them out for you.
nice.
Now, there are a couple points in time where terrain just drops from under your feet, and I would love to hear a athletics or an acrobatics check as you suddenly find yourself falling as the ground you're on descends by 5 feet per second.
Excellent. I wish my land stride actually worked here, but it needs to be non-magical plants can't slow me. I can't be disadvantaged, or I can't be encumbered. No difficult terrain.
Do you,
Advantage against entangled spell. Amazing.
Hey, no difficult
Do you have
terrain's
a-
pretty good in a city that's mostly rubble right now.
Do you have
Oh,
a
that's
sky
fair.
stride, perhaps?
No, I don't have anything so cool as that. Athletics or acrobatics. Did you say acrobatics was available? I'm a dex
Yes,
boy.
or athletics. Yep, whichever.
Let's do the one I have the bigger number in. Oops.
Wait, you cast jump on yourself.
I did cast
he did?
jump on myself. How long does
So
that last?
for at least your first minute, you could jump a
Yeah,
bunch,
lasts
but
1 minute.
this might be more than that. Yeah.
I mean, I was probably just jumping before. Let's get the athletics. Or, sorry, acrobatics check out there. Okay.
Perfect.
I'll just like Legolas jump in the Hobbit on different rocks.
Yeah, I can see it so clearly in my head.
Yes, yes.
So the ground is falling around you, but you are able to step from one piece of rubble hanging in the air to another as gravity is just going crazy everywhere right now. And you are able to extricate yourself from this collapsing ground as you look back over your shoulder and see that it has been submerged in some kind of magical water that is sparking and sending just I shouldn't be in there vibes.
Incredible.
You continue to run. Now, as you are running, you watch as an island collides above you, sending rubble flying through the air, knocking a dragonelle and its rider out of the sky. They slam into the ground, the rider being thrown tens of feet from its mount. The bird is dazed. You see an opportunity to get on the saddle and steal it.
Yeah.
Do you want to run?
Yeah. No, I'll steal it.
Okay. Give me a handle animal check as you jump onto the saddle.
Oh, this is not gonna go well. But here we go. No, it
No,
went, it
that's
went
awesome!
very well.
Oh,
actually.
what?
Yes!
Would you like to illustrate how you wrestle this thing under control, or you just want to go with it?
Yeah, I think I just jump on this thing's back and I whisper in Elvish, which we all know from Lord of the Rings is the language that animals understand for some reason. And I just say, it'll be a really good deal on your part if you just go along with this. I just coerce him into like, you listen, you want to be with me, all right?
Yeah, the dragonelle rears itself up, shaking its head. It's clearly still dazed. It barely looks around when it feels your heels kick into its side, and without even looking for its rider, it throws its wings wide and takes off.
Excellent.
You are now flying out of the city.
Can I fly back and save my crew?
Are dragonelles tiny?
They might be tiny. Are they tiny? Is this a one-man?
It is unfortunately a one-man kind of operation,
Got two
but
claws.
if you can use your handle animal check with advantage because you're riding it, you could get it to pick somebody up.
Yeah, I'll try to do that.
Okay. So, turning the mount back around, you fly back towards where you can see your party, thanks to the fact that you're now flying through the air. Though, it feels like this is actually a worse situation, as there's so much rubble raining through the air that it almost feels like you're being hailed. Like, hail is just pelting you constantly. Now, the rest of our group, as you are running, you see a dragonelle rider descending down towards your party, and as you're about to prepare to defend yourselves, you see that Wald is riding it.
What?
Knew he was a traitor.
Wald!
Anybody look like they're struggling?
Well,
pick up whoever's
Joseph
behind.
isn't doing great.
I mean, I'm bloodied.
Yeah, no, I'll pick up Josu.
Oh,
All right. Yeah, give me a handle animal check with advantage.
Alrighty. Let's give that a try. I don't know, 2 nines. 9 hits 11.
Awesome. All right. So, Wald has never ridden a dragonelle before, and the dragonelle can kind of feel that, but it gets what it's supposed to be doing. It descends and picks Josh up. However, between it being dazed and the situation being relatively panic-ridden, it doesn't do a great job.
oh.
Josh, you are picked up, but you can feel its claws ripping through your armor, and you are being damaged as a result of that.
Ow, 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 ow. That's okay. I can
Keep
heal
healing
myself.
spells. You'll be fine.
Oh
Ouch.
God. Okay, you take 10 damage.
Oh, getting dicey down here.
All right. So,
Hang
thankfully,
on!
you are very well grabbed now.
I'm attached. Go, just go.
All right. So, Joseph and Wald take to the sky and are relatively safe. The rest of the party, however, have a bit of a chore ahead of them, as you see the city continues to crumble into ruins around you. Now, you continue your run as you watch entire streets drop into the sewers and underworkings below. Islands crashing into one another, leveling entire areas of the city. You are being pelted from the air by rain after rain of rubble. And you can feel that anxiety building inside you as these structures hovering silently through the air above you randomly crash down around you. It's impossible to know when something is just going to go wrong, and that dread rules you as you make your way to the gates. When you do eventually reach those fortifications, you see that they could not hold back an army if they wanted to. A tower has collapsed through the central gate, creating a wall of ruined stone and difficult terrain. You will need to pass athletics or acrobatics checks to climb that summit and escape the ruins of the City of Lost Names. Whoever wants to escape to safety first, feel free to roll a check.
How high is the thing?
It is an entire building, so we're looking at 30 feet up and then 30 feet down.
So that's a 12.
All right. So a 12 will see you up the first span of rock and stone. But you will need to make subsequent checks. It's essentially one check per 20 feet, or 10 feet.
Alrighty. Oof.
I pop up and back down and continue running.
Up, up, and back down. Are you just spamming Misty Step?
Yes.
Good call. I mean,
Okay. Frixus, you are able to climb 10 more feet of rubble. The terrain is difficult and hard to navigate. As you are doing so, an arrow slams into your back, dealing 6 damage. You see that an individual, one of the dragon army, perhaps a guard that was still holding his post, took a shot from a nearby tower. You don't have to worry about defending yourself any further as the tower collapses, taking its guard with it. Thrag, you are able to climb up that rubble. There are 2 checks remaining.
No.
oh no.
All right,
That's a
Thrag.
9.
Yeah, but I see that one. So, you don't succeed in ascending any further, as the ground you are attempting to climb gives out, the rubble tumbling and collapsing around you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Okay. Thrag, you'll take 5 damage from collapsing rubble falling down around you.
Oh.
Frixus,
Yeah.
feel free to take your next check.
Another 12.
With that 12, you are able to ascend another 10 feet, but I will need you to make a dexterity saving throw, as a magical device that had been embedded within the rubble becomes unstable and detonates.
Oh Jesus.
Alright, with a 15, you will take half damage. So you only take 4 as evocation magic rips through the stonework, sending rubble flying in all directions, many of it scraping across your body. Thrag, you're next. Oh, sorry.
How much did I take from the arrow?
The arrow was... Where's the other one I rolled? It was 5 damage. Thrag, you are able to expertly recover and make your way up another 10 feet. You are right behind Frixis. Frixis, you are now at your final check to escape the city.
Oh, no.
All right. You make your way as best you can to the apex of the rubble, but the terrain shifts unexpectedly as a distant explosion rips through the ground, causing earthquake-like tremors to rip through the stonework. You lose your balance and tumble downward. Can I get a dexterity saving?
Can I catch him?
You are actively climbing up as he is falling down the other side, so you're just too far away.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice. Okay. You'll take half damage. So you will take 5. Yep. So you tumble down the stonework, taking countless scratches, bruises, and bashes as you land on the ground at the other side of the main gate. Before you are the broken and abandoned battlements the army used to defend itself against Calaman's forces. Nothing is ahead of you but corpses of long abandoned soldiers and the bulwarks that they died defending. You can see your escape straight ahead and down. Thrag. All right, Thrag. You are able to ascend the remains of the broken gate battlements, and you see the site I had just described before you. A abandoned battleground of broken corpses and broken battlements. You can see Frixis running down and out of the city. I need one final check for descent. Okay. You are able to expertly maneuver your way down, building momentum and escaping the ruins of the city as fast as you can. And not a moment too soon, as you hear a calamitous smash into the canyon above you. You look back and see that one of the city districts, the one that used to house the Bastion of Takesis, had floated free and slammed into the natural stone cliffs around the side of the city. It had collapsed that passage and caused, that cliffside, and caused all of that rubble to collapse onto the gate itself. You were moments away from being buried alive as that rubble plugs the gap behind you. You escape. The party, in one way or another, manages to elude the fate that has befallen the City of Lost Names. And that will end this chapter of our adventure.
Oh. We did it.
And this is probably a great point to end the session for the night on a nice little cliffhanger as we await our next session to discover what fate will befall our heroes as Soth and his creepy-ass violet fire fortress careens off into the sky. And we have the knowledge that for whatever reason, the next, or however they plan to do it, the army was planning to attack Calaman. And we may need to relay that information sooner rather than later. But we'll find out how we do that in our next session. Nice work, everybody.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, with that, I would say our session is wrapped up. Thank you so much for listening to our game of Dragonlance, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
Yeah.